All right, guys. So I asked Chat GPT because I've seen a lot of videos where YouTubers are asking Chat GPT stuff and they're using it for content. And I was like, let's use this for women's basketball. Let's use this for women's basketball and let's see what Chat GPT says. So first of all, I had to ask Chat GPT. I was like, hey, do you pay attention to women's college basketball and do you know the current players of the 2024-2025 season? Because I didn't believe that ChatGPT actually, like, I don't know. I don't trust AI when it comes to actual information about what's currently happening. I feel like it's more of a repository of like other stuff. But yeah, anyway, so I asked that question, and it said, absolutely, I definitely pay attention to women's college basketball. Okay, especially because the 2024-2025 season is stacked with storylines and drama between the transfers, the returning super seniors, and the incoming freshman class. This is one of the most exciting years we have had in a while, even after the Caitlin Clark era. Here are some of the top names and storylines I'm tracking this season. And so I was like, okay, interesting. So you know that Caitlin is gone. And you know that there's some really good freshmen who came in. Okay, well, what do you know about this? Okay, so I was looking to see what else ChatGPT wrote. So ChatGPT knows that Camila Cardoso's gone, which is good. It knows that Mylasia is awesome, and it knows that Raven Johnson is a really good defender. Okay, that's good. All right, let's continue on. It also knows that that Paige Beckers is in for her final run and is on a mission. Okay. You know about KK Arnold, Ice Brady, and saying that Aaliyah Edwards left for the draft. Okay. I'm like, great. You know that. What more do you know? All right. And then talks about LSU and how, and says that the Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith is gone. So great. And talking about Nisa Mora, Michaela Williams, and Flau'jae Johnson. Okay, great. So you know some information. And then we go to Notre Dame and talk about Hannah Hidalgo in her sophomore season. Okay, so your Citron's back. Olivia Miles. It doesn't know that Olivia Miles has officially returned from injury. It says hopefully. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And for Utah, it's saying that Alyssa Peely is still with Utah, which I'm just like, okay. You don't know what you're talking about, ChatGPT. You don't know what you're talking about. Alyssa Peely entered the WNBA draft last season. What are you talking about? And then it says, then it goes to NC State and says Isaiah James. So I'm like, okay. You know that. It says freshman to watch, Joyce Edwards with South Carolina. Okay. Sarah Strong with UConn. Okay. And it says Maddie Cox with Texas. No. I don't know if this is saying Maddie Cox they're talking about, but Maddie Cox plays for NC State. And it says Aaliyah Chavez, Texas Tech. What? Aaliyah Chavez? We just talked about her yesterday. She is a senior in high school who has committed to Oklahoma for next season. She's not even a freshman in college. So I was like, okay. So ChatGPT seems to know some stuff, but not other stuff. And then it says it does say Portal Watch. It says Haley Van Lith to TCU. I was like, okay, great. And it says tons of mid majors, move to Power 5 teams, shaking things up. Okay, whatever. All right. And so I was like, wrong. Alyssa Peely entered the draft. Aaliyah Chavez is still in high school, and Maddie Cox is at NC State. And then it says, so ChatGPT, if you acting like a real person, like it's like you're absolutely right, and I appreciate you calling that out. No excuses. That was sloppy. Let's clean it up and get it right. And so it goes through it again with the corrections, and it does a relook. But this time it adds in Tessa Johnson and Chloe Kitts in there for South Carolina. It adds in it talks about Michaela Williams, Nisa Mora, Flau'jae Johnson. And then for Notre Dame, it has the usual suspects. And then other notables. It says USC still has Juju. Juju's injured. Talks about UCLA. Iowa begins the post Caitlin Clark era, but Hannah Stokey is a name to remember. Okay, well, so clearly it doesn't know about what Iowa was doing this year. Anyway, and so I was like, okay. Now here's what I really wanted to ask ChatGPT. Like all of that was a way to ask, okay, ChatGPT. The 2025 NCAA Sweet 16 is here for women's college basketball. Below are the matchups. Tell me who will win and why, and who will be the standout players. I was just curious. I want to know what they think. What does the computer think about these games? All right, and so I listed out the games. And then here is what ChatGPT had to say. They gave me 2 responses. Why? I don't know. But anyway, 2 responses. We're going to go with response 2. Response 2 says, all right, Hoops fans, let's dive into the 2025 NCAA Women's Basketball Sweet 16 matchups. I'll break down each game, predict the winner, and highlight the standout players to watch. And then for Duke versus North Carolina, it says Duke. And why does it say Duke? It says, keep an eye out for their leading scorer and defensive anchor who has been pivotal in their tournament run. Okay. North Carolina says that their dynamic guard will be crucial in orchestrating the offense and breaking down Duke's defense. Here's the deal. That's pretty ambiguous. What players are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Yes, absolutely. You should pay attention to Duke's leading scorer, which is isn't it Toby Fournier? Who is isn't she the leading scorer for this team? And isn't she out? Like, anyway, like, you're not talking about, and yes, defense is important for Duke, but like, you're not talking about any people's names, okay? And then we got NC State versus LSU, and it has NC State avenging their November loss. Okay, so NC State's gonna win that game according to ChatGPT. Okay. NC State says their leading forward, known for her versatility and scoring ability, will be key. Okay. For LSU, it says watch out for their star guard, who has been lighting up the scoreboard and facilitating plays. Like, who are you talking about? Who? Like, this is like, it doesn't actually say anything about who these people, like, who they're talking about. Anyway, TCU versus Notre Dame. It says that Notre Dame will emerge victorious. Despite losing to TCU earlier, Notre Dame's offense has been on fire in the tournament. Well, that's true. They made strategic adjustments and are playing with a chip on their shoulder. Well, I think that's true. Okay. And it says their standout for Notre Dame, their standout freshman guard. Standout sophomore guard? And Hannah Hidalgo, maybe? I don't know. Leading the team in scoring and steals will be a game changer. Yeah, it thinks that she's a freshman, but she's not. Anyway, TCU says they're not dominant center. A force in the paint, both offensively and defensively, will be crucial. Yeah, sure. I assume they're talking about Sedona Prince. I assume. All right, Texas versus Tennessee. It has Texas winning that game. Okay. All right, says their star forward, known for her scoring and rebounding prowess, will be pivotal. Okay. Tennessee, it says their sharpshooting guard needs to have a big game to help them be competitive. Okay. All right. For South Carolina versus Maryland, it's saying that South Carolina advances. Okay. And again, it's very, very general. Like, their leading scorer, their top guard, like, you kind of get the gist, right? And UCLA versus Ole Miss is saying UCLA wins. It knows that Lauren Bess is tall. Okay, it says their 6'7" center will be a matchup nightmare, but will be key in controlling the paint. Okay. Interesting. Oklahoma versus UConn. It has UConn continuing their dominance. And now here's where it says names. It finally says names here. It says Paige Beckers, the projected number 1 pick in the WNBA draft, is the heart of the team. Okay. And for USC versus K-State, it has USC winning despite adversity. It says the loss of star player Juju Watkins to an ACL injury is significant, but USC's depth and emergence of other key players give them resilience to advance. Okay, cool. So it knows about Juju's injury. And for standout players, it's now given some names. Okay, Kiki Ira Finn stepping up in Juju's absence will be crucial. Okay, all right, and that's it. So that is ChatGPT. I just thought it'd be fun to explore that. I've seen other YouTubers kind of look at ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT has to say about like what's going on. So I just wanted to do that. I thought it was fun. Did y'all think that was interesting? Was that interesting? But yeah, ChatGPT, it don't know basketball. I mean, because it just scours sources and tries to see what it can get. So it looks like it looked at a couple of sources for the Swish Appeal, Connecticut Insider. So it looked at a couple sources for this stuff, but very general and whatnot. So like clearly, don't use ChatGPT for your bracket, or maybe you can. I mean, who knows? Maybe ChatGPT would be right. All right. Somebody run with the ChatGPT stuff and see if you win. I don't know. But yeah, it has Duke winning. It has NC State winning. It has Notre Dame winning. It has Texas winning. South Carolina winning. UCLA winning. UConn winning. USC winning. So yeah, we'll ultimately see what happens. But yeah, anyway. Super Turtle says, we want to hear from you, not ChatGPT, which is why I gave my predictions a bit earlier. I just thought it'd be funny. Just to ask ChatGPT and see what it says. Yeah. Anyway. That's it. That is the stream, guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Ooh, I am late. So I will see y'all in the next one. Thank y'all so much. We got through the entire agenda for today, and I'm so excited about that. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. If y'all could, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got 500 people in the chat. I do want to say thank you for spending your time with me in the morning, because here's the thing. Y'all could be doing anything. Y'all could be anywhere. Y'all could be watching anybody else's channel. Y'all could be watching TV. Y'all could be doing anything possible. Reading a book, whatever. But the fact that y'all are here rocking with me means a lot. And so I really do thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for your support every single morning as we come back here every single day for more talk about women's hoops. Every single day we'll talk about a different topic. Hopefully y'all join it and y'all are interested in what we talk about. But really the goal is to do whatever we can to grow the game of women's basketball. That's the whole point. To grow in knowledge, grow in appreciation, grow in love of the game, and ultimately just support these ladies who are doing a thing day in and day out. So tell a neighbor, tell a friend. The Quita is in the mornings, every single morning, talking about what's going on. So guys, I am in the works of getting a intro for the show and getting better looking graphics throughout the show, like because again, like I think this is good, but I'm trying to continue to make this thing better. Okay, trying to make this thing a whole lot better. So hopefully y'all are gonna stick around for the next couple of weeks, because you will start to see slow but sure changes. Hopefully to make this thing a whole lot better. I like it the way it is, but like we all can progress all the time, and so hopefully 1% better every single time. So thank y'all so much for joining. Y'all have a great day. Awesome people of the internet. I am out, and y'all have a great day. Be kind to people. Be respectful. And just know that you are not the only person who's on this world. Everybody is on this world with you, and it's important for you to treat people with respect, because you want to be treated with respect, right? I'm just saying. Y'all have a good day, and I love y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.